my esteemed sister and brother judges, the Advocate General, law officers of the State, Union of India and the Union Territory, Chairman, Bar Council of Kerala, President, Kerala High Court Advocate Association, President, Senior Advocates Association, President, Kerala Federation of Women Lawyers, Senior Advocates, members of the Bar, members of the Advocates Clerks Association, family members of late Justice John Mathew, ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here today to mourn the sad demise of Sri Justice K. John Mathew, former judge of this court, who left us for his heavenly abode on 6th November 2025. Justice John Mathew was born on 9 May 1932 in Pathanamthitta district in Kerala to late K. M. Mathew, who was a deputy engineer in the Public Works Department, and late Susamma Mathew. He began his primary education at St. John's School in Mepral. He completed his secondary education at St. Mary's High School in Aluva. He pursued his intermediate studies at Union Christian College in Aluva and obtained BSc in Zoology from the University College in Trivandrum, and later a law degree from the Government Law College in Ernakulam. After graduating, he enrolled as an advocate and began his legal career in 1954 at Thiruvalla under the guidance of Advocate Sri K.V. Shankarayana Iyer. Thereafter, he shifted his practice to Ernakulam. While practicing as an advocate, Justice John Mathew served as the official liquidator of the central bank for a considerable period. From 1973 to 77, he was a visiting lecturer in the Department of Law at Cochin University. In the year 1979, he was appointed as an additional government pleader and became a senior government pleader in 1982. After a successful tenure at the bar, he was elevated as a permanent judge of the Kerala High Court on 13 June 1984. As a judge of this court, Justice John Mathew continued his dedication for a speedy and efficient dispensation of justice. He delivered numerous judgments on different topics. Notably, as a company judge, he disposed of around 28,000 cases in 209 working days in 1989, while 2019 cases between 19 and 22nd June 1989, and 607 cases in a single day. This feat was recognized in the record books. He demonstrated meticulous reasoning and strict adherence to the corporate law while delivering judgments in company jurisdiction, emphasizing that statutory requirements in company matters cannot be overridden by equitable claims. In yet another judgment, he highlighted supervisory powers of this court over guardians, ensuring accountability and protecting the rights of the minor, reflecting its clarity combined with sense of equity. After serving as a judge of this court for more than 9 years, Justice John Mathew retired at attaining the age of superannuation on 8 May 1994. Justice John Mathew's career in this court reflected the values of hard work, humility, and dedication to the justice delivery system. He discharged his duties and responsibilities in the true spirit of the oath he had taken. After completing his tenure as a judge of this court, Justice John Mathew actively engaged in various responsibilities. He was designated as a senior advocate by the Supreme Court and practiced in New Delhi till the year 2003. In 2005, he headed a commission set up by the government of Kerala to study the effects of mineral sand mining along the coast of Kerala. From 2009 to 2014, Justice John Mathew served as the chairperson of the selection committee constituted under the Juvenile Justice Act by the government of Kerala. Justice John Mathew was a nominee and chairman of the Cochin Stock Exchange for almost 5 years. He was an independent director of a finance company. He also worked as a president of a non-governmental organization He was a committee member of a religious denomination and also board member of an hospital. He also chaired the Ethics Committee of the Cardiological Society of India. Justice John Mathew is remembered for his calm and gentle demeanor, which embodied cordiality, humility, and dignity. His wife, Gracie, predeceased him in the year 2004, and they are survived by daughter Susan Ajit, Mary Joy, and Annie Thomas. Along with the bereaved, we deeply mourn the demise of Justice K. John Mathew. May his soul rest in eternal peace.
Honorable the Chief Justice of the High Court of Kerala, Mr. Justice Nitin Jamdar, Honorable Judges of the High Court of Kerala, Honorable former Judges of the High Court of Kerala, the President of the Kerala High Court Advocates Association, the Chairman of the Bar Council of Kerala, the President Kerala High Court Senior Advocates Association, the President for Federation of Women Lawyers Kerala High Court Unit, law officers of the state, Deputy Solicitor General in charge, Senior Central Standing Council Taxes and the law officers of the central government, law officers of the Union Territory of Lakshadweep, senior advocates, esteemed fellow members of the bar, Registrar General, registrars and staff of the High Court, staff of the Advocate General's office, advocate clerks, friends and family members of late Justice John K. John Mathew, ladies and gentlemen. We have gathered here to pay obeisance to the memories of late Justice K. John Mathew, who departed for his heavenly abode on 6th day of November 2025 at the age of 93. His Lordship leaves behind an enduring inheritance as a jurist of captivating brilliance and as an embodiment of humane wisdom. As if he took a cue from the famous quote by the renowned philosopher Socrates on how judges should be, he, while sitting on the bench, heard courteously, answered wisely, considered soberly, and decided impartially. For him, rendering justice was not a favor to be meted out according to personal volitions, but which had to be judged according to law. Born on 9/5/1932 in Kattapurathu family of Mepral in present-day Pathanamthitta district, late Justice K. John Mathew had his school education at Mepral. After completing his graduation, he completed his degree in law from Government Law College, Ernakulam. His Lordship's illustrious career in law began when he started practice as an advocate in Tiruvalla in 1954 as junior associate of Advocate K.T. Kurian, who evinced a paternal solicitude in his career. His exceptional legal acumen and professional dedication soon earned him the admiration of his colleagues and well-wishers at Tiruvalla, who, recognizing his potential, advised him to shift his practice to the High Court. Soon he shifted his practice to this Honorable Court in 1959. In his initial years of practice before this Honorable Court, he was Junior Associate of K.V. Suryanarayan Iyer, the former Advocate General of the state. Later, he joined the office of Advocate K. Narayan Nair as a partner. Recognized for his forensic skills as a lawyer and unquestionable individual integrity, he was appointed as a government pleader for the state at the High Court in 1979 and later on as a senior government pleader in 1982. He was also the advocate for the official liquidator of the Palai Central Bank for a considerable period of time. True to the adage that teaching affects eternity, his Lordship, notwithstanding the pressures of a hectic legal career, dedicated himself to the cause of legal education, serving as a visiting lecturer in the Department of Law, Cochin University between 1973 and 1977. On 13th June 1984, his Lordship was elevated as a judge of this Honorable Court. At that time, I was in the early years of my practice before this Honorable Court, and I still recall with clarity and pride being a witness to his swearing-in ceremony, probably the first such solemn occasion I had opportunity to observe from close quarters. As a judge, he was invariably courteous to the bar, irrespective of the seniority of the counsel who appeared before him. A personification of humility, he was affable to one and all. Many among us has seen his lonely evening strolls, bereft of any paraphernalia, by the side of the hectic city roads. Never did he allow the pressures of the bench to disturb his calm demeanor. Indeed, no one can recall an occasion when he lost his composure in court. He never dismissed matters in limine, nor refused reasonable requests for adjournment, yet thought his disciplined work, ethic, and remarkable effectiveness. He managed his roster with enviable efficiency, earning a lasting place in the annals of judicial excellence. His disposal of 28,221 cases in just 209 working days during the year 1989 earned him a place in the Limca Book of Records. Notably, his disposal of 2019 cases between 9th and 22nd June 1989 and 607 cases in a single day in the company jurisdiction also stand recorded as remarkable feats. In his reply speech on the occasion of his swearing-in, His Lordship expressed the earnest desire to prove himself worthy of the trust and confidence reposed in him upon his elevation to the bench. It is no exaggeration to say, and I believe no member of this bar would differ with me, that His Lordship not only walked the talk, but to the fullest extent humanly possible, redeemed the trust and confidence so deservedly placed in him. He retired on attaining superannuation on 8/5/1994. Thereafter, he started practice at Supreme Court. He was designated senior advocate by the Supreme Court on 10/1/1997 and practiced there until 2003, after which he shifted back to Ernakulam. His Lordship continued to lead a vibrant public life, lending his wisdom and leadership to several corporate and charitable institutions. Time and again, the government sought his services, relying on his proven impartiality to undertake challenging assignments that called for unimpeachable fairness. He headed the commission set up by the government of Kerala in 2005 to study the effects of mineral sand mining along the coast of Kerala, which recommended controlled mining. He was the chairperson of the selection committee under the Juvenile Justice Act, constituted by the government of Kerala from 2009 to 2014. He was the SEBI nominee, director and chairman of the Cochin Stock Exchange from 2002 to 2007. He functioned as an independent director of Muthoot Finance Limited from 2008 to 2017. He served as president of the People's Council for Social Justice from 2001 to 2024. He was a working committee member of the Malangara Orthodox Syrian Church, a board member of the St. Gregorios Medical Mission Hospital, Parimala, and St. Mary's Boys Home, Talakkud. He has headed the Ethics Committee of the Cardiological Society of India, Lisi Hospital, and Lutz Hospital. His wife, Gracie, daughter of late T.K. Chakunya IAS, deceased him in 2004. He is survived by his daughters, Susan Ajit, Mary Joy, and Annie Thomas, and sons-in-law, Ajit Mathew, N.J. Joy, and Thomas Isaac. His Lordship's distinguished legacy continues through his grandson, Advocate Isaac Thomas, an esteemed member of this bar. We bow in grief at the passing of the exceptional legal mind and a compassionate soul, one whose life stood as shining example of integrity, humility, and the true spirit of the legal profession. I share the sorrow of His Lordship's family and offer my deepest condolences. May His Lordship's noble soul rest in everlasting peace.
Honorable Mr. Justice Nitin Jamdar, Chief Justice, judges of this Honorable Court, Advocate General, Director General of Prosecution, Deputy Solicitor General of India, Chairman of the Bar Council of Kerala, the State Attorney, Secretary and Executive Committee members of the Kerala High Court Advocates Association, Coordinator, High Court Mediation Centre, Senior Advocates, the Registrar General, Registrars and staff of this court, law officers of the state and the central government, advocate clerks, and my colleagues at bar, my brothers and sisters. We gather today with profound sorrow to pay tribute to one of Kerala's most illustrious legal luminary, Justice K. John Mathew, former judge of this Honorable Court from 1984 to 1994. His passing marks the end of an era and leaves our legal community diminished by loss of a giant. Born in Kattapurattu family in Mepral, Pathanamthitta, Justice Mathew began his legal journey in 1954 in Tiruvalla, later moving to Kochi, where he would leave an indelible mark on our legal landscape. His elevation to the Kerala High Court in 1984 was not merely a recognition of his legal acumen, but a testament to his deep sense of public duty. He served on the bench until 1994 and even after retirement continued to contribute as a senior advocate of the Supreme Court and as chair of key commissions. Justice Mathew's judicial efficiency was legendary, which earned him a place in the Limca Book of Records. Many senior members of our bar had the privilege of appearing before Justice Mathew. They speak of a judge who was courteous without being soft, rigorous without being harsh, and always fair. He asked difficult questions not to intimidate, but to seek clarity. He listened carefully because he believed every argument deserved consideration. His judgments were marked by clarity and courage, and his courtroom presence commanded respect without ever demanding it. But Justice Mathew was more than a brilliant judge. He was a teacher, a mentor, and a guide to countless young lawyers. Justice Mathew's scholarship extended beyond the courtroom. His writings on constitutional law, his lectures at legal forums, and his contributions to the legal literature enriched our understanding of jurisprudence. He believed that law must evolve with society, and his progressive thinking helped shape that evolution. Whether through formal lecture or informal conversation, he shared his knowledge generously. He encouraged us to read widely, think deeply, and never cease questioning. He reminded us that being a lawyer is not a mere profession, but it is a calling that carries responsibility to a society. On a personal note, the striking quality of Justice Mathew is his humility and groundedness. He was a very humble person with a gentle demeanor and a magnetic smile. On my way to school, I always saw Justice Mathew reading his newspaper every morning. One striking incident that I cannot forget is his sense of constitutional duty. After the funeral rites of his wife, Justice Mathew went to the polling booth straight from the church to cast his vote in the election, showing his deep sense of performing his constitutional duty. On behalf of the Kerala High Court Advocates Association, I extend our deep condolences to his bereaved family. May they find solace in the knowledge that his life was one of profound purpose and enduring impact. As we bid farewell to Justice K. John Mathew, let us commit ourselves to honoring his memory by upholding the values he cherished: integrity in practice, excellence in advocacy, compassion in our dealings, and an unwavering commitment to justice for all. The bar has lost a legend, Kerala has lost a distinguished son, and the nation lost a constitutional luminary. But his example remains with us, a beacon to guide our path. May Justice Mathew's soul rest in eternal peace, and may his memory be a blessing to all who knew him.
As a mark of respect to the departed soul, we shall now stand in silence for 2 minutes. The registry shall convey the condolence message of the bar and the bench to the members of the bereaved family. Judicial work of the High Court shall commence at 11 a.m.